Hi everyone, welcome to FirsthandfromSana weekly roundup for the week November 30 to December 6, 2020. Let's go to our first segment, top trends. Chanel has recently done this very nice exposition in Château de Dame, Métier d'Art, or 2020 to 2021 show for its pre-fall collection. So, it's basically a contemporary evocation of the Château de Chenonceau with Kristen Stewart gracing the occasion. And she also happens to be like the muse for this collection. So let's look at a little snippet from this exposition. And the top highlights from this one, I can say, is these sheen leggings. Then there's a woolen swimsuit, very classy, things that you have been using in the ordinary way. Maybe they just have a little edge when you come to this collection. Then here is a palace-shaped corset belt. It's so striking. I mean, everything that has existed before, and you have a different twist in this entire accessory. It's kind of nice to have. And lastly in this range is the vintage see-through lace dress. With the sheen jumpsuit and boots. It's working. Now next, here's our price analysis for the essential men's loungewear. In India, you'd find it lowest at ₹1,000 from Myntra and ₹2,374 again in Myntra. If you're looking at US, lowest would be $21 in Amazon and $25 in Nordstrom. For UK, it will be £13 on Amazon and £60 in Jockey. Canada would be $43 at Hudson's Bay and highest to be around $70 Calvin Klein. Australia is $44 by Mitch Dowd, and this slight variation with Calvin Klein is $130 to $249 in Australia. Coming to UAE, it's slightly on near the ceiling. Even the lowest, like 93 dirhams at Amazon and 1,000 dirhams at Unas. And France is €50 at Dubai and spiking up to €185 by Ralph Lauren. So this gives you a sort of impression where to buy, and also look at why they are priced differently. What's in? First one I want to tell you is Norma Kamali's pre-fall 2021 collection, where I like this printed mermaid dress, which has the same coverall and this consistency in pattern. I really like how it's been fabricated, because you need to have like an eye for prints, and especially like where you're gonna wear them. So it totally needs to blend in the occasion and you yourself coming out with that. So I think you need to like weigh those choices there. And next, here is Balenciaga's first of its kind hybrid video game fashion show. Okay, it's called Afterworld, The Age of Tomorrow. So basically it's anchored to like the mythological pasts and projected futures with timeless archetypes and speculative imagery set in the year 2030. So if you're looking for an immersive experience, this is where you need to go. And yeah, like, things become interesting with gamification. So Balenciaga is heading over here, right? Especially if you are trying to look at why maybe you want to invest in this brand. So this brand is going to give you walkthrough of the future. And what's out? Beware of these types. First is Chanel. We kind of looked back at earlier the good ones, and now something maybe we could not have from the pre-fall 2021 collection is like this sweater and skirt. They have a nice sophisticated touch, but the blue leggings in between is just bombing in in the wrong way, and that bright color becomes a faux pas here. So even though if it's made of the greatest fabric, but you need to know how to pair. So the sophisticated hues with the bright one, it's complete no-no. The second one here is Copernic's SS21 black dress with a disproportionate cold shoulder. So this looks like an experiment and certainly not appealing for your wardrobe. So do look at the new things that are coming up, but they don't need to be necessarily flaunted just because you found it. Just make sense of like, is it even portraying your body the way it is? Because if you have a great figure, or even if there are imperfections, but the dress should bring out the best of you and not like make it look like, oh, it's dropping off at the wrong places or it's a misfit, right? So that needs to be considered, right? Cool. Celeb in the spotlight. Who is it? I'm so keen to tell you this one. So it's this brand Misho. Misho is like this jewelry brand founded by Suhani Parekh, who is also its creative director. So she recently got hitched with a simplistic yet heartwarming mid-pandemic marriage to Justas Mutuzas in a pair of Levi's. So you would ask me why Levi's for her first wedding. Apparently it's a love marriage, so it has its own story. The outfits they wore basically were derived from their first meet in 2010. Okay, and well, all that glitters is not gold. So although she is into jewelry or luxury, but she has a value system that is impressive actually, where sometimes the best stories happen in minimalistic rituals, as done by Justas during his proposal to Suhani. And what was his proposal like? Let's go back into the story. In a stunning garden, she explains, Suhani, that Justas was fidgeting with a twig. And upon asking what was he thinking, he turned towards Suhani and made the twig into a little ring. And that was the sweet, intimate proposal by him. So, the smallest of things can have the greatest inspiration, I think, to even plan a collection. So, apparently they both are designers. So, when you come into contact with people who share the same aesthetic value and, guide each other into what could do wonders, right? So, here it's not like the marriage needs to look grand, but maybe the thought behind it is all the more exclusive, right? Our final segment, She Said. Who is she? It's Ida Peterson, the buying director of Brown's Easto. So basically, she's discussing the way forward about the genderless space, which she brought about since 2017, right? So what she says is, the space is divided into installations where, say, the Gucci collection can live in harmony across from the Balenciaga one, with pieces for all genders hanging together. Trousers are a little more tricky because of the cut, though not impossible. Right? So, one does not need to feel limited. Even if you are straight, you should have the freedom and the power to go in any section and choose what you like. And maybe like stores would like to divide clothes in genders, considering they can, convert the customers faster. But like when you consider the transgender community, maybe you could just tap on that potential so much more by getting into this. And then also, like, we could get rid of the stereotypes we have in our society against, oh, this is so manly or this is so feminine. Maybe you could just completely eliminate those phrases. And he is Prince Harry. Why he's here? Because he's talking about fatherhood influencing his initiative towards combating climate change. So many realizations, right, this year. And he gives the credit to his son, Archie. He says, the moment you become a father, everything really does change, because then you start to realize, what is the point in bringing a new person into this world when they get to your age and it's on fire? So yes, life can get dramatic when the actions are not planned and measured for everyone's benefit. So this is impressive. Actually, you don't need to become a father. You can just think about future, and everyone's eyes could open at different points on this. But you're good to hear all these things, right? To make little changes on the way. Okay, thanks for listening, all of you. I hope all these updates have made a certain difference in terms of style inspiration for your day. Stay tuned for the next one.